Welcome back, DeFiers, and thanks for joining me for another episode of DeFi Deluxe, and hello 2021, which is in full force already, starting with Layer 2 farms. That's right, it's starting all over again, baby, and the competing Layer 2 networks are going to be incentivizing liquidity through juicy APYs, and what's even better about this time around? Little to no gas fees. The throughput is going to be 1000x, and Layer 1 yield farms were all about going big or going home, but on Layer 2 side chains, you can go little and still go home with some cash in your pocket, which is awesome for someone who might only have $50 to gamble with. While it still may be a whale's game in some ways, I'm hoping we're going to see more decentralization overall as money spreads across the competing protocols. And more diversification will be a good thing. As you know, if you've been yield farming, the APYs are proportional to the amount of the pool that you own, right? So APYs get pushed downward as more and more people join the pool. There are a lot of Layer 2 protocols, and it's possible that there won't be as many players on some of these platforms, meaning that you or me, the smaller fish, can maybe get more bang for our buck. And it's all starting with Loopring. If you are not familiar, they are a Layer 2 based on ZK rollups, and their DEX, or decentralized exchange, is already live. So they have started their yield farming campaigns for what you can see is an AMM. Once you deposit liquidity to the Layer 2 network, then you can access all of these pairs to provide liquidity for or swap. As you can see on DeFiPulse.com here, Loopring is number 6 already in the list of DEXs, and I'm guessing that in the near future, more Layer 2 DEXs are going to gain traction as people realize that they can trade with virtually no fees. This video is from their Twitter account. Watch how fast you can swap transactions, and it only costs 2 cents in the end to swap transactions and add liquidity to the pool. It will, of course, cost regular Ethereum gas fees to get in and out of the Layer 2 network, but once you're in, you can do as many moves as you want for super cheap. Here are the current APYs, and they are looking pretty good. This is our opportunity of the week since the insane degen level APYs appear to have subsided for the time being. Right now, there are a few pairs that are over 100%, which is still pretty good. What's even more mind-blowing, Loopring mentions that you can farm on your Android phone using their app and connecting it to MetaMask. What? They just nonchalantly told us that we can farm on our phones. I have a feeling this year is going to have some crazy things in store for DeFi. So make sure to subscribe and hit the bell below to be notified of all updates. And remember, this is not financial advice. Next up is another product from one of the protocols I've mentioned before on the show, PowerPool. This one is called ASSY, or ASSY? Many memes will be made out of this name for sure, but it stands for Avi Sushi Synthetics Wi-Fi, which are the 4 tokens it consists of with the following allocations. These are 4 highly correlated productive DeFi tokens growing together and dropping together, and just like its predecessor index tokens, PIPT and Yeti, these 4 tokens will already be staked and earning income. So just by holding the token, you will have exposure to the cash flow that these staked tokens generate. Some very smart people in the community have been debating and commenting on the idea for a month now, and after what is considered an eternity in DeFi, it is finally seeing fruition. Researcher Ryan Watkins from Masari points out on Twitter that DeFi's top performers of 2021 so far include 3 of the assets from ASSY, Sushi, Synthetics, and Avi, all up over 100%, and these are definitely 4 of the blue chips of DeFi. The first pool will be available as part of the Sushi Swap Onsen program, and the PowerPool community has started a governance program appropriately titled ASSYnomics. Up next in news, Cream Protocol has released something they call the Iron Bank, which is a very intriguing concept, which they describe as a protocol-to-protocol lending system. They point out that the current DeFi money markets are purely peer-to-peer. So if DeFi ends up hosting a lot more institutional liquidity in the future, a more robust lending system will be needed. Decentralized protocols will need to lend and borrow from other protocols, much like corporations and banks in traditional finance do today. Their system will help enable that by use of a credit system. This is interesting as there are currently no credit systems in DeFi. So far, the Ethereum ecosystem has run on collateral alone. So if this idea pans out, it could enable all sorts of new capabilities based on a DeFi credit score. They are also partnering with Alpha Homora, a protocol that I've mentioned before on the show, which makes me even more bullish. Last in news this week, we have Symbiote Network with their forthcoming token SYM, or SYM. These developers are building front-running bots, which are bots that are designed to do automatic swing trading and arbitrage trading on Uniswap. They are controversial in the DeFi community, but Symbiote devs note that they have become more or less just a reality of trading on Uniswap. And you know the saying, if you can't beat them, join them. There could be some real opportunity in a bot that is owned by a decentralized community instead of one greedy whale. Especially being that Uniswap, the current #1 exchange, has no current plans for trying to get rid of front running. Even better news, they've recently partnered with another bot building protocol known as Trade Butler Bot. This bot is already on the market and you have to own the token to use the trading bot. As you can see, it has a market cap of 1.4 million and is currently sitting at $863. Symbiote will operate with a similar mechanism where you have to own and stake the token to participate in the bot profit sharing. It was started by someone I've been following on Twitter for a while, Crypto Pen, who is now the Symbiote CEO. Sounds pretty great to me. One day we may have to defend our civilization from robots, but for now, DeFi feels like sci-fi enough for me, and I'm greatly looking forward to this project. That's all for now. Cheers, I'll see you next time.